Hey guys, and welcome to part 8 of Easy Food series. In this video we will deal with the click on the category item. So whenever we click on any item of these categories, we need to move to this activity and to play all the meals that belong to that category. Also, we wanted to play the count of the meals in that category at the top of this activity. So let's get started. And the first thing I'm going to do is to create the activity that's gonna take all the views and to play them. So go to your activities package and create a new one, new activity, and choose empty activity, and now change the name to category meals activity. After that, create this activity and now import the resource. So what we want to do now is to design this activity. As you can see, it has a text view at the top, so let's design that. Open the XML file, and as we said, gonna have a text view at the top, wrap content for both, and add an ID for this text view, which is TV category count, and the font family is my font, color is accent, and text size is 15 SSP. And finally, add the constraint start to the start of the parent, end to the end of the parent, and top to the top of the parent. And I'm gonna have a margin from the top, and this margin is 5 as dB, like that. Now below this text view, we're going to have a recycler view that's gonna display all the meals. So create a recycler view. And that recycler view is going to take all the width and 0 dB for the height. And I'm going to give it an ID, which is RV meals. And then I'm going to add the constraint top to the bottom of the text view, which is TV category count. Start with the parent, end to the parent, and bottom to the bottom of the parent. Now what we want to do is whenever we click on any item of this category items, we should move to this activity. So we want to have a click listener inside our category adapter. So let's create that. Go to your adapters package and then choose categories adapter. And in here we're going to have variable on item click. And whenever we click on any category, then we want to send the category. So category. And then this will return unit, and initially I want to set it to null, equals null. Now in here I'm gonna add one more bracket like that, and inside on bind view holder we're gonna set a click listener on the whole item, which is item view. So holder.itemView.set on a click listener, then on item click dot invoke, and then we want to pass the category, and we can get the category from the categories list of the position that we clicked on. So categories list position, and now add non-null, and that's all we want to do in categories adapter. Now go to the home fragment to implement on item click function. So go to the fragments and choose home fragment, then inside on a view created, and under this function that we created in the last video, we're gonna create one more function, which is on category click, and create that function. So in this function we're gonna use the adapter, which is categories adapter dot on item click. This will equal this function, and in here it refers to the category. We can rename it like that. So as I said, whenever we click on any category, as you can see in here, as you can see, whenever I click on any category, then I want to move to this activity. So we want to have an intent, val intent equals intent, and I want to move from this activity to the category meals activity. which is this activity that we just created. And I want to pass the name of this category to this activity so we can search about all the meals belong to that category inside this activity. So in here I'm gonna add an extra dot put extra and add a name. I'm gonna make a constant value for that. So const value category name equals, take this package name and paste it in here, and this is category name. I see that we have a problem in here. Let me delete this. Okay, now go down to the function and we're gonna pass, and the key is category name, and we're gonna pass the name of the category, which is str category. And now we're gonna start this activity. Now let's run the app and see if that works. Okay, I'm gonna click on the beef category, and as you can see, it took me to this activity, which looks like this. We don't have any data yet. So now let's create a retrofit call to get all the categories by the name of that category. And let's open our API and go to the API section. And as you can see, there is a REST API that we can get list of categories by the name of a category. Let's take this link and open it up. And as you can see in this link, the category is safe food. And these are all the meals that belong to the safe mode category. Now if we change this safe mode to beef, and as you can see, these are all the meals that belong to beef category. So we're gonna have a function in our API. Let's go to meal API, get function. So get, and we wanna get this, and we wanna get this like that. And by the way, if you add this question mark, then you only can have one query inside your function. But if you remove this question mark, you can have any number of queries inside your function. And I will make a video about all the issues we have in EasyFood app, and we will fix it. And one of the issues is this one, is the question mark. It's not an issue, but it could be if you add many queries inside your function. So in this function, I'm gonna remove the question mark, and you should remove it from here and here as well, but we will remove it in another video. So as we said, now this a get function. In this function, we're gonna get meals, get meals by category. And this function will take a query, and that query has C. So you take C and put it in here. And now category names, which is string. This will return a call of meals by category. This one is by category list. So anyways, now open up your view model. But in this case, I'm gonna create another view model because this is another activity. So here I'm gonna create another view model. Category meals view model. Create that and inherit from view model. Close the constructor. And now we wanna have a function to get meals by category, and we want to pass the category name, which is string. Open this function, and in here we're gonna use retrofit instance .api .get categories, get meals by category. In this function we can pass the category name, and we want to enqueue this call. Then you want to pass object from a callback, retrofit callback, and retrofit callback is here, this one. Inside that retrofit callback we will get a meals by category list. Then open curly brackets and override these two methods or these two functions. So in response we want to set the response, we want to set the data inside that response in a live data. So let's have a live data in here. So value meals live data equals mutable live data, this one, and we're gonna have a list of meals by category. Then close the constructor of this mutable live data, and in here we're gonna check if the response body is not null. And to do that, so you write response.body .let. It is a reference to the list, so we can rename it meals list like that. And I want to put this meals list inside the meals live data. So meals live data dot post value meals live data post value, and I will put the meal list. And now dot meals. On failure, I want to log the error message. So log.e, this is from the category meals view model, and I wanna log the error message. Alright, now let's observe this function from this activity, but before that, let's have a binding instance. And this let's init var. Also, I want to have an instance from the view model, which is category meals view model. And make this small letter like that. I'm gonna initialize the binding. Now initialize the binding instance in here. This equals activity category means binding dot inflate, then pass the layout inflator, and in the set content view give it the binding dot root. And also I want to initialize the view model, which equals view model providers dot of. You'll pass this, and in here you will pass the view model class, which is category view model category meals view model, then pass the class. Alright, now we want to observe that live data, but we didn't create a function that we used to create to help us to observe that live data. So observe meals live data, and I'm gonna return a live data of meals by category and return that meals live data. Oh, this is a list actually. So list meals by category. Now go back to the activity and let's observe that live data dot observe live data dot observe, and in here you'll pass this, which is the lifecycle owner, and now you will pass observer. In this scope, it is a reference at our list, so we can rename it to meals list. Now let me just create a for each loop to check if we got all the meals of that category. So meals list dot for each, and I'm gonna log dot d. This is a test log, and I'm gonna log it dot let's log the name of the meal. Let's run the app. So now when I choose beef, then I should see all these names in my log. So let's see. Let me just open my logs and filter it, test, delete all of this, and click on beef. Wait some time. Oops, we didn't call the method. Actually, we didn't call this method. I forgot to call it. And in the next video also I will show you a better approach than call it inside the activity. So in the next video I will show you that approach, but in here for now let's call it in here. So category meals view model dot get meals by category, and the category name we can get it from the intent dot get string extra, which is home fragment, and the key is home fragment dot category name. Add null, and let's run the app again. And if I click on beef, then as you can see, I got all the meals inside that beef category, as you can see. So now you know that we got the response and we got all the meals to that category. Now we can design this layout and set the recycler view. So let's go to layout and create a new layout. This one is meal item. And as you can see, the design is pretty simple. We have a card view that has an image view and a text view. Let's design this. I'm gonna change the parent layout to card view. And inside the card view, let's have a constraint layout. And it's gonna take match parent for both. Close that. And in here, we're gonna have image view and text view. So image view. In this image view, make it match parent for both. We will change the parent match parent later. For the width is match parent, and for the height is 170 SDB. Now add scale type, which is center crop. All the constraint is with the parent. And then close the image view scope. Now we want to have a text view below that image view, which is gonna be wrap content for both. Add an ID for this text view, which is TV meal name, and I forgot to add an ID for this image view, so image meal. And the text size for this text view is 50 in SSP. Text color, which is black. And now add the constraints. Start to the start with the image meal, end to the end with the image meal, and bottom to the bottom of the parent. Then we want to have a margin from all the sides. This margin is 5 SDB, like that. And now what you want to do is make this wrap content for both, or not for both actually. You need to make the width 160 SDB. Now I'm going to add anything inside the image view to see how it looks like, and add anything in the text. As you can see, we have a problem. This problem in this constraint. You need to change it like this, top to the bottom of the image meal. And one more thing is to delete the bottom constraint. And now we will still want to have add corners to this card view. So inside your card view scope, add radius, which is corner. This corner is 5 SDB. Then use card, use combat padding, enable it to true, and elevation you can put 2 SDB for example. Now we want to create an adapter, so let's go and create an adapter for this recycler view. Category meals adapter. Now create the model class meals list equals an array list. And this array list will have meals by category. Close this and have a function set meals list. Gonna take meals list of a list of meals by category and assign that meals list. And then cast it to an array list. And in here we change this to var and make it private. After that we want to use notify on dataset changed, but we can't use that because we haven't extend from the recycler view adapter yet. So let's extend that. And here we're gonna pass your view model, which is this category meals view model. We will create that now. Then we can use notify in dataset changed. Now I'm gonna close the constraint for this and create a view holder class. This is gonna be inner class Gonna extend from view holder, and we will pass the binding. Now we will get the binding from here. Now we will get the binding once we initialize an instance from this view holder class. So binding, which will be meal item binding. Here we'll pass binding the truth. And now let's override the methods. In the first function, we will return an instance from this view holder. So return category by meals open. And this constructor will take an instance from meal item binding dot inflate, and in here you will pass layout inflator dot from parent dot context. You will need to pass the context. Now on bind view holder, we wanna use glide to set the image. So holder dot item view, you need to pass the view, and you wanna load the image, and you can get it from this list. So meals list dot of the position, sorry, and you wanna get the str meal thumb dot into, you want to load it inside that image view. So binding, we need to make this val, and then holder dot binding dot image meal. Also we want to set the name of that meal in the text view. So holder dot binding dot tv meal name dot text equals meals list of the position, and then get the meal name. Now we want to return the size of that meals list. So meals list dot size, and the recycler view is ready. Go to your activity, category meals activity, and we want to set up this recycler view. So let's do that in here. Create a function which is prepare recycler view, and for that recycler view we need an adapter. So let's create an adapter, category meals adapter. This is a category meals adapter. This function, I'm gonna initialize it. And now we can use binding.rvmeals.apply. In here I'm gonna set the layout manager, which is grid layout manager. I'm gonna pass the context, and as you can see in each row we have two columns. So you pass 2 in here, and you pass the orientation, which is vertical. So grid layout manager dot vertical, and pass false for the reverse layout. And now assign the adapter. Adapter equals category meals adapter. And the last thing you want to do when we observe this live data, whenever it changes, we want to set the data inside that adapter. So in here, category meals adapter dot set meal list, and you will pass this meal list. Now everything is ready. Let's test the app. If I go to beef category and click on it, then as you can see, I can see all the meals inside that category. Now one last thing we need to do, which is the count of the meals in that category. We forgot to assign it. So in here, binding dot tv category count dot text equals meals list dot size dot toString. Run the app again. As you can see, we have 42 meals in beef. If I go to chicken, we have 35 in chicken. So that's all I wanted to show you in this video. I hope you like it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.